everyone and welcome to the guide for the WJEC English writing paper. This guide's for the foundation tier, so just make sure you've clicked on the right link. I'm just going to give you a really simple overview of what to expect in the paper in this video so that you're well prepared. I'm going to start just with the length of the exam. A reminder that the writing paper is half of what you will get on the morning. And for that you are going to get 1 hour if you just have the standard amount of time. That will be 1 hour and a quarter if you have 25% extra time, and then if you have 50% extra time, that's an hour and a half for this paper. So let's go ahead and get straight on to the writing paper, and I'm just going to start with what sort of text you should expect from the writing paper. And we'll start with reports. Okay, so for reports, expect to write a formal text giving information about a subject. Reports, though, don't always need to be written in order, and usually you're going to be using a lot of things like facts and statistics. On to letters then. Just remember, letters can be formal or informal, so you need to vary the way you write them depending on the task you've been given. It's the exact same thing with speeches. They can be formal or informal. It's up to you how you vary your style of writing, so really pay attention to the task that you've been given. Articles then, so usually it's going to be a newspaper or a magazine article, and they ask you very, very often to make your article lively and engage your reader. Articles can have a number of purposes, could be persuasive, could be informative. And then finally on to leaflets, so you could be asked to write a leaflet, in which case you'd have to give a very structured text, and you might want to use things like diagrams, headings, pictures, and leaflets can be to inform, persuade, advise, really multiple purposes for leaflets. Okay, questions then. What are they going to look like? So this is the question paper. You can see, like the reading paper, there's information in italics at the top, and then it goes on to questions 1 and 2. So unlike the reading paper, there's only 2 questions here, and they are worth 20 marks each. So it's worth the same amount overall, but the value of the questions is higher on this paper. That italic information then tells you to answer questions 1 and 2. Really important that you remember you have to answer both. And then it just tells you that you're also going to be assessed on your handwriting, spelling and punctuation, so just remember accuracy is important, and to think about the purpose, audience and format of your text. Again, really important. Check out some of the other guide videos, because I'll be doing a separate one on purpose, audience and format for you. Okay, so question 1, this is a letter question. So it says that you write to the newspaper giving your views on the subject of the legal age of driving. I think this question's asking you about. And it tells you there at the bottom you should write about 1 to 2 pages in your answer book. Now if you're typing, that's going to look slightly different, or if you have a scribe, that's going to look different again. But remember to read all of that information on the question, because it will give you a prompt and it will help you with ideas to think about. So you should really be aiming to answer that question in about 4 points. Question 2 then is asking you to write a lively article. Note the word lively, so it's got to be interesting, it's got to be engaging for your reader, about keeping fit and healthy. And it just tells you, again, to write 1 to 2 pages in your answer book. So for all of the questions in the writing section, that's about the length that they're looking for you to be able to answer. Again, quite straightforward. Just read all of the information really, really carefully and answer as best you can. Finally then, my 4 top tips for succeeding in this paper. It's really important that you take 5 minutes to plan the structure, purpose, audience and format or form of your text. They're looking for really structured responses, so if you're taking the time to plan, that's going to be useful. Number 2, vary the types of sentences you use. Okay, it's good to have variety. Number 3, use the aphorist and other techniques we've learnt in your written answers. And finally, number 4, you get 7 marks, remember, for sentence structure, punctuation and spelling, so it's really important you check your work thoroughly. Then just lastly from me, remember you've worked really hard for this exam. It's your time to show off and show the examiner what you can really do. Okay, thanks for watching everyone.